Welcome to St. Patrick's Day. You know what? I spend the whole year trying to figure out how to buy green beer. And today is the only day. I don't understand why we can't buy green beer all year round.
Why can't you just put green food coloring in beer?
You know how they make the green beer?
No, how?
They have a Smurf pee in the beer.
A green Smurf?
No, a blue, like the Smurf are blue.
Oh, to transition
color theory, Joanne.
Blue and yellow. Blue and yellow make green.
I thought they just blended up a leprechaun.
Oh my
Man.
God. Oh, this is leprechaun flavor? No.
Oh, yeah.
Chris,
I'm wearing orange because
you want to get pinched?
Because the Northern Irish wear orange.
Oh, you just want to get pinched?
No, I know I got green, so you can pinch me though.
Where
are you gonna pinch me though?
Oh dear goodness gracious! Let's introduce.
If you pinch me like in
Let's introduce ourselves before we get cut.
So yeah, my guest today we got Joe Mama and the first timer Leda.
Yeah.
How you doing, Leda?
I'm good. How are you doing?
Pretty good. Are you excited? Your first podcast
My
ever?
first podcast ever.
And she loves podcasts.
You'll never forget me. You'll never forget me.
No, you're gonna remember him for sure. He'll yell it in your ear. You're right next to him.
I know.
But he'll still yell at you.
Yeah, I really hope you remember him because in the lineup he's going to be number 3. You'll ask him to turn to the side.
Do they still do those lineup
It's
thingies?
not number 5.
Number 5.
I heard they pay people to be in the lineup. Can I get paid to be in lineups? Because I do look. But you know the trouble is, like, there's enough criminals in San Francisco. They don't need to pay anybody.
No, that's
to be in a
true.
lineup and stuff.
They don't need to pay actors to pretend to be
Hell yeah.
criminals.
I was going to say the only time they pay you to be in a lineup is if you're in one in Law and Order.
Oh yeah.
And then
Come to
you get
find out
paid
you're
as an
really
extra
criminal.
actor.
I
I was number 2 in the pedophile
know.
episode.
Okay.
Yeah, I was watching Seinfeld and they were paying that one guy to be in lineups. The Richards, the one
I
I
don't
went
remember,
off
but
with.
I love Seinfeld.
Kramer?
Oh yeah.
Oh, Kramer? Hell yeah, I could see that. Did you know
Kramer.
Kramer turned out to be a really racist person?
I don't know if he was. I
From
don't know if
like-
he was racist. He had a racist night. I mean,
You're never just racist for one night.
It's like saying
It was racist to begin with.
it's like Mel Gibson slipped and fell on a racist.
see, the racism
Rant.
rules got changed at one point. You know.
No, but I think that we end up being racist at some point, like because our parents show through us, and then our parents' racism from their parents' racism, and you don't even know that it's racist until you say it out loud, and you're like, "Oh fuck, that's fucked up."
That is
No,
fucked
yeah,
up.
so I agree with that. I think if you hear certain things come out of your mouth, you're like, oh,
Oh shit.
that's my mom or that's my
Oh.
dad or whatever, right? You know,
Yeah.
like you're getting older when you start sounding like your parent,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
A little bit. And so, but I've never caught myself going, whore.
Is that what your grandpa would do?
That's my father.
Dad.
Whore. Whore.
That sounds.
I said, sir, say it
eloquent.
with me. Look at my mouth. It's whore.
No, but that's so.
I thought you didn't even know your dad though.
No, I never knew my my bio dad. I'm talking about the person I take care of.
That's always weird when your mom doesn't introduce you to your real dad. You know, that's always weird.
I think that's just trauma.
I don't know.
I mean, trauma from them. Their trauma carry on to you.
Well, you're like a one night
So you're
stand.
gonna bombard. You can just jump in anytime.
Oh,
I'm in.
yeah.
Oh,
well,
yeah.
No, it's kind of like a obstacle course of
Yeah.
No takes on
Conversation.
four.
So you're both moving out of San Francisco?
Yeah.
You're
in the
both-
same
Crazy.
week, I know.
That
That
is
is hella
weird.
crazy.
So you're going to Portland?
I am. I'm
Why
moving to-
Portland? Why not
Well-
go? Why not go to like somewhere fun?
Portland is fun.
Portland's like it's like San Francisco on a budget. You know what I mean? I'm looking for that city lifestyle
Yeah.
for $1,000 less.
You know,
Is
I
it really cheaper? in
It is
Portland?
cheaper. I'm getting a 1-bedroom for $1,000 less than the studio I pay for here.
I have a friend that
Mm.
lives in Vancouver, Washington, which is like maybe 20 minutes from Portland. And he said that Washington has like no taxes.
Oh yeah, there's no sales tax in Portland either.
In
Yeah.
Portland, yeah. So he's like, he lives in Washington, but I think he works in Portland. So he's right across.
If I had a choice to move anywhere, I don't know where I'd go.
Yeah, that's the problem when you're faced with
Where
that
I'd go.
decision. It's just like, well, where I want to go.
I
Like,
go where I have to go, and I go where my daughter
Are
is.
you excited? Like, when's your day? Have you?
Shit, you're leaving on the 27th, right?
Mhm.
And I'm leaving. Anybody ask? I'm like first week of April. What is that? I don't know. It's like within
You
the
just-
first week of April, I'll
you
be
just
gone.
don't want to go, do you? The
No,
truth is you don't want to go.
it's complicated. I have so many obligations, you know,
Well, you have
like
obligations.
cutting my lease, sending my shit off, and all of those
You
things.
have obligations with your drugs. That's-
all the bridges you have to burn before you leave town.
Oh, I'm so sad.
Are you having like a mushroom party? before
Let
you
it be
leave?
known. I mean, where the all the weed smoking, you can do it liberally in Texas. I don't have to be ashamed for how I behaved in California. I smoke so.
I thought it was illegal there still.
It's illegal there. It's illegal.
You can
so
buy.
it's illegal.
You can buy like.
But I can't
It's
buy-
hella illegal in Texas.
It's hella illegal.
No,
Like
you can buy like.
that's what you meant, right?
You
Oh,
can
yeah,
buy
it's
a
illegal. I was like,
taco
wait,
there.
you can be more relaxed in Texas than here? Wait,
No,
maybe
here.
here you can be more relaxed. I was gonna say, like, no way.
And I'm regretting. I mean, I'm regretting that I have to break up with my weed smoking self. No, I don't regret it.
But no, you can buy a former
worth
weed,
it.
can you? What is it called?
Delta 9.
Delta 9. You can buy Delta 9, which will fuck you up. The Delta 9.
It does. So does CBD, but
CBD is not.
You can
supposed
start
to
doing
fuck
salvia.
you up.
Ever tried that? Watch your whole the universe unzip before you.
salvia bath salts.
No, it's not the same as that.
No.
It's not.
Is it almost like bath salts?
No.
You
It's
just-
like
salvia.
evil weed. Is
Evil
how I
weed?
would describe it.
The
It's like
devil's lettuce.
devil's
Wait,
lettuce. 100%.
Have you heard of DMT?
It's
Yeah, I've
kind of
done
like DMT for 30 seconds.
But DMT is a hard thing to take because it stinks and it tastes horrible.
It's expensive.
Yeah, but like you get abducted by aliens, you get to. I met Dave Chappelle, like the like I went to like the alternate dimension where there was like it was like full of comedians. They're all like gray amorphous blobs. And I met Dave Chappelle as an amorphous blob, and he was
Right,
like,
sure.
He was like, humor is truth, and I was like, that's it, and he was like, yeah, and I was like, oh, so
Humor
that's
is truth.
Yeah.
So okay, one of the big reasons why I invited Aleda to I guess a comedy podcast is because she's I brought her to an open mic with Ashley at OMG, and I believe that's where it started, where I tried to encourage like a
Yeah.
year ago, right?
Yeah.
I think Jordan was a new time comic around that time too. Now, this is the difference of people who are like, okay, I'm gonna do it, and who are like, okay, I'm gonna observe. Which you're observing, and she's taking good notes. She's having fucking trips about Dave Chappelle.
Yeah, exactly. I've always wanted to do stand up, but it's like I have like I think artistic people, you dabble in different things. I have like the layers of like comfortability, right? With like
But you
art.
also have a full-time job. I mean, like you are, but also Jordan, I'm showing Jordan off because he has opened a mic on Friday night at bar on Dolores, which
Oh,
it has a
yeah.
Thursday mic, yes, but he opened a Friday mic, which means another night for aspiring funny people to go to and find out if they want to be
I
funny
know
in
the
public.
bartender there, like
Damon, right?
yeah, I've known Damon. He used to work at Dirty Tricks. I've never actually been a bar at Dolores, but I know the bartender
Well,
there.
that's another mic to like what is this called? Yell at.
Well, I don't yell, but
You don't yell.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Have you ever seen me do stand up though? You never
Yeah.
like.
I have.
Oh, you saw me yelling in karaoke. You never actually saw me
I
do
took him to
stand.
the mint. I took him to the mint. Yeah, this is the.
So I
keep
can't
this
sing.
No, it's not that you can't sing. You can sing. You can sing perfectly fine. The words are there, and you yell
The
it
words
out.
are there.
The words are there, and you speak them in order.
Oh.
And so.
I mean, I think you do a great job.
I
At
have
it.
a soft voice, so.
No, you don't.
So,
Is that why you yell?
so if you have any musicality, even if you yell, there you can find your song. Right?
Absolutely.
You know, why don't you do like a Motorhead song or an AC/DC song? Or...
Why don't you do a more? Okay, so I'm opening the mic after the comedy showcase, and why don't you do a Motorhead to your like funny? Can you do like?
It's next Tuesday, right? You have the.
Is
You
it
have to
next
find
Tuesday?
you have to find something that's in your cadence.
But he doesn't.
When we're singing, we're talking about.
Like,
Are we
but he
talking? We're
doesn't.
talking about karaoke still, right?
Karaoke, yes, but also the fact that I'm opening the mic to comedy after the showcase.
You're opening the mic to
To
comedy.
Okay, so I put it out on Bacon that I want you to do a bit, but you have to do it to a song.
Oh.
And you put in a song slip like a normal person would in karaoke, but just do it in the song.
So there was a thing, and it was one of the first times I hung out with Robin Williams was at the Purple Onion, and we were watching a show called JunkYard Rat.
I love it when you're bringing history.
And JunkYard was basically like karaoke, but they picked the artist for you. So if you were on the list of people that were listening to be doing the JunkYard, you just had to be a comedian. And what they did is you went up on stage, and the DJ, and then they go, okay, this is who we want you to do it as. They would show like a 1.5-minute clip of, let's say, if it was you, maybe it's Joan Rivers doing a bit for 1.5 minutes. And then if it's a guy, you know, whatever, they would pick whoever it is, and then you have to replicate that and do it yourself.
So Robin Williams was awesome at that, I bet.
No, he was an audience member.
Shut up, he never did it.
He didn't do it. He was an audience
I
member.
told
He was
you.
in the back of the room.
He seems like a very impressive. He does great impressions.
He does, and he gets into character like at a drop of a hat. But if he's not on stage or whatever, if he wasn't on stage, most of the time he was really quiet and really mousy and didn't really say much.
Isn't it crazy to think like who has hung out with who? Like to think that he hung out with Robin Williams.
I
mean,
did
like,
too. I gotta break up my Robin. I hung out.
Yeah,
with,
please break out your Robin Williams story.
I hung out with him at the Throckmorton. I heard that he used to go there a lot, and my friend Sammy Obeyed was before. I actually told Robin Williams a joke.
Sorry.
I told him a joke. This is not my joke. This is an old joke. I don't want anybody coming after me. But this is a joke I told Robin Williams. Why did Hitler kill himself?
Why did what?
Why did Hitler kill himself?
Why?
Because he got the gas bill.
No.
That's the joke.
That's a knee slapper.
Was it?
Did he die
Was it
laughing?
No, that's not my joke. He
What
thought it
joke?
was hilarious.
What
But I,
killed Hitler? Was it syphilis or poisoning?
He killed himself.
No, he
shot
killed
himself.
himself.
Oh, he shot himself. Oh, so not
No, he
syphilis or
gave
poisoning.
himself cyanide.
Cyanide. There you go.
Oh, there you go,
Cyanide.
there you go.
And but he had to make sure it was going to work. So how did he test it?
He tested it
he tested on his wife, didn't he?
No, not on Ava
on
Braun.
his dog.
On his dog.
The dog that he painted.
Yeah, I think so. You mean the German Shepherd?
He had a German Shepherd.
I guess if it's a Shepherd and it's in Germany, it's a German Shepherd either way. But yeah,
I know that's some fucked up shit to bring up, but it just.
Hey, have you ever smoked lavender? Have you smoked lavender? I smoked lavender a couple weeks ago.
Lavender?
Does it do anything?
Lavender, yeah. My friend, he
Gave
asked
him a
me.
headache.
He asked me if I wanted some lavender.
Well, was it good?
I thought it was a weed. I didn't realize it was lavender.
Tell me, was it good or just tasty?
No, I wasn't.
Probably not even
Yeah.
tasty. It's a fragrance.
No.
Yeah, it's more for.
It's supposed to make you
It
relax.
had
While
a
they put it in
weird.
baths.
It had a weird taste. I instantly knew it wasn't weed, but it said
instantly knew it
because
wasn't weed.
because anything
I hope
He said it
purple.
was lavender.
The next thing he remembers hearing is 911. What's your emergency?
I
I'm
was
allergic
like,
to lavender.
Lavender, man.
I'm so glad you're okay.
well, it's the guy who was on my show last week on Monday, and we were supposed to kick it at Urbana in Oakland, but
Okay.
he couldn't get in because his ID expired. I'm
Dear
like,
goodness gracious. So yes or no? Smoke lavender? Yes or no?
I smoked it, but it doesn't get you high.
Okay, so don't smoke it for a
But he-
high, but how about for taste?
I don't know. I wouldn't do it. I mean,
I would be upset. like this perfumey taste in
no,
my
he
mouth.
asked me if I wanted something, and I assumed it was weed.
And you hit it.
Because he gave me a bunch, and I put it in my I rolled it up.
Oh, it was all loose, and he
Yeah,
gave it to you.
He bought it at
So
a health store.
That's some hippie shit right there.
So,
Yeah.
so he
It's
didn't
for
want him to
something
smoke it. He
else.
just wanted him to have it.
Maybe
No,
you
he wanted me
for
to
tea.
smoke it. He smokes it. You could smoke lavender.
Well, I know that
You
people
can smoke all kinds of things. Doesn't mean you should.
Yeah.
Yeah. No shit.
He bought it from
Thank
a
you.
store.
Thank you. That was the right
No,
answer.
no.
You pick up some
Yeah.
rat. I can
Elena.
collect some rat shit from outside if you want it.
Okay, Elena, that's what we needed. The facts are the facts. The truth is
Lavender. I
fucking-
smoked some
Humorous truth,
lavender.
man.
Yo, I ran into this guy. Okay, so my friend took me to go watch this Filipino play, and it was so moving. I was on mushrooms. I cried the whole time. But there was a British critic that was there. They treated him special. He was in the front row, and it was special. Like my seats cost $100 that my friend invited me to. Anyways, we were outside smoking, and he's like, "I studied the ingestion of stuff in your lungs." I was like, "I don't understand." He's like, "You're not supposed to be smoking shit and putting it in your lungs." And I was like, "For real?" And he's like, "Let me read the ingredients on your thing." But anyways, this is the conversation I had with some random critique that's from the UK, and he's gonna take back a Filipino play and critique it. So I was like, I should be nice. I shouldn't be weird. I don't know, because I really doubt he's gonna mention the weird girl that was smoking hella strong ass weed
I
outside.
doubt it. What paper is it from? Or do they tell you? Or?
No, he just he gave me his email and he was like, "Don't tell anyone. This is really discreet." Did you know that people that write are very weird? They're
Oh,
very
yeah.
particular about who they give their information to. So when he gave us his email, he was like, "Do not share that information." And I was like, "That's really specific." I'm
Did you
sorry.
ever email him? Or?
No, I was too fucking high. I was on mushrooms. I was enjoying. I was too busy telling the cast members to come to the Mint and sing with us, because I was like, "I'll buy you a whole round of drinks." I'm like, "It's about $200 for everybody."
Nice.
Yeah, but it was a free ticket that my friend. Well, it wasn't a free ticket. My friend bought it, and then she just invited me, and I was on mushrooms.
That'll do it.
That'll do it.
So are you still doing a lot of mushrooms?
Oh,
or-
yo, that speaking of, we want to talk about. Do you want to talk about you? The last thing she said when I came in
No.
was, "I don't want to do mushrooms in public ever."
I'm
again."
never doing psychedelics in public ever again.
Oh,
Last time I did acid, I had to break up a fight. Last time I did mushroom, I mean, it just never works out for me. I stay in my room alone. No,
You never know.
somebody pops in and I have
Yeah.
to pull it together to take care of some shit like every single time. So it's like I'm good.
So
on
the
that.
the truth is, whenever you're fucked up, whenever you have to be responsible as a parent, you sober up hella fucking quick. Because one, you're not supposed to be high.
I mean, I ain't trying to parent the whole world, okay? Like,
But it
so
just
I'm gonna stay
fucking happens.
indoors.
You're not the only one that had to break up a fight with Joe Mama. People always try and beat up Joe Mama at the Mint. Like,
No,
there's been a couple of women who try to beat up Joe Mama at the Mint.
no, that's not.
Didn't you
true.
get in a fight at the Mint one time?
Last St. Patrick's Day.
Oh yeah, was that when it was? I remember that.
Were you there?
It
I
was
was
a year
there, but
ago
it's-
today.
yeah.
It's the anniversary.
This finger is hella broken, and I have arthritis now because of that motherfucking night.
Oh my god.
And what it was is she took something of mine, and I said, "Give it back to me," and then she was tall. So
And she snagged it out of your back pocket, didn't she?
I was show.
Oh, you had it in
It
your
was a
hand. And
Polaroid.
you're right, and she snatched it out of your
What
hand.
was
Yeah.
it? What
It was
was
a
it?
Polaroid. It was a Polaroid taken of me and Will, and she
Oh,
was
okay.
into Will. I know. I could say names now because he's gone, but
Oh man, let's have a moment.
I
of
knew-
silence
I
for
knew-
Will. Oh,
I
not
knew
that
there
kind
was
of
a love
okay.
triangle involved here. I
No.
knew it.
so
I knew there was something going on.
I asked Will. I was like, "Why didn't you?" The following day, I was like, "Why didn't you stop the fight?" And he was like, "Because." Before I knew it, I was telling you I'll get you the picture back, and you were like, "No, it's my motherfucking picture." And I took her and I pulled her down by the shirt, and I was like, give me my picture back. And she said, no. And everything else happened after that.
really be in
Amy
love.
was like, oh my God, I saw your face against the glass. And I was like, I don't remember, but I remember the feeling.
I was there, but I heard this all secondhand. I was busy having
That's
a good
good.
time.
That's how
Sorry.
great the mint is. That's how great it is. Anything can happen in one corner or the other corner or the other corner. Everyone's doing karaoke.
It's easy to detach yourself because of all the nooks and crannies.
I had fun, especially last night. So I've been celebrating St. Patrick's Day all weekend. Have you?
You know, after Saturday, I'm taking a break.
Oh.
I heard the planets were misaligned or something. I was like, you know what? I'm not going out again this weekend.
Plus
After Saturday,
mushrooms.
I had my tags and registration stolen on Saturday. Plus, I lost my key for the first time in 2 years. Is the first time I lost my key, so I had to pay $350
Wait,
for a
is
locksmith.
your key red?
Yes.
I found it.
Where?
It was on the bar
At
at the mint.
really?
Yeah, it's a red pod.
Yeah, well, I paid $350, so I have a new one now.
No, okay, well you
Yeah,
got an
sucks.
extra one. Turn that.
Now I
in
got an
for-
extra one.
I'm
Was
so
it your car
sorry.
keys or was
No, it's like because I went to get my car because I'm moving. I got my
Oh.
tires done, so I separated the key fob from my keys so I could go home because they took like 5 hours to do it.
it?
And so I went home, and so it was separated. And I was like, oh, whatever, I'll keep my purse. It must have slipped out. Just my luck. It's all
I'm
right.
so sorry,
You're
but
right.
really, I found it that day, and then Alan put it up, and I said that's not mine, but I put it to the side, and God, I hope that for your sake, if you get any money back on it, that they put
No,
it to the side.
because they
You
actually
already
gave
bought
it
it.
to me
It's
for
a
free
key for what?
in my apartment. Like I can't
Oh,
get
okay.
into anywhere in my
Ah.
apartment without it. It's like they have like a little scanner thing.
And
And what's the address? No, I'm just kidding.
And mind you,
See where I was going.
she had taken a healthy dose of chocolate
Yeah,
mushrooms.
yeah. But I mean, that's not why though. It just
No,
slipped
that's
out.
not why, but that didn't fucking help.
I mean, it was just a bad day, honestly.
It
'Cause I
made
also
it
got my
more
registration
complicated.
stolen that day. I got like the little sticker on the back. I have a garage I park in too, and it got stolen. It like
You gotta
like
go.
and they got
old
new
school.
management this month. Like it's completely fucked. Like I can't pay my rent. I have to pay by check when I paid by card every single time because their system's down. So and then.
Are you getting penalized for late payments? In that
Nah,
case,
they
you
took it
shouldn't.
off.
They
I
should
like
waive that.
complained to him. I was just like, it's just been a mess. I'm just like, the city is pushing me out at this point. I
You're
genuinely
right.
feel like the city is pushing me out. I haven't got my car broken into for 2 years 'cause I have nothing in there. There was like dirty napkins spread all over. I was just like, yeah, you didn't find anything like I thought, but they took my registration, so I had to pay like $90 for that. But-
Damn.
and then the same day I left my key, and I had to pay $350 for a locksmith to come. He gave me a hug.
You got a hug for $90. Like,
Yeah,
is that a cutoff?
what if that might have been half of the prize? It's
We
like
would
he was-
give you a hug with every lockout.
He was like, do you need a hug? I was like, yeah. To be honest.
You're like, he's like, no problem, $5 surcharge. There we go.
I love this chick.
Yeah.
Sorry
When
you
I
went
went to
through that.
Vegas the last time, I stayed at a hotel, the El Cortez, and they gave us some like thing for the key instead, like one of those wristband things. But I couldn't get on the elevator without the wristband working, and my wristband wasn't working right.
Were you going on the right floor? Were you trying to go to the
No,
penthouse?
you couldn't get on the elevator unless you scan the fucking wristband.
You know
right?
that anything can demagnetize those
Yeah.
things. Anything, especially when it's just flopping around.
But it took me a while, but finally I got on. But every time I would get to my room, it would work. But it wouldn't work in the elevator. It was really weird.
Dude, one time on mushrooms in Reno, me and my ex-spouse were on a heavy dose and it kicked in. And we had to go to the counter because we're like, our keys don't work. And it occurred to us that we were on the wrong floor altogether. And I'm telling this lady, and we're like on a very healthy dose of mushrooms, which is great in Reno because the lights are awesome. It was a great show, but a bad trip. They gave us our keys. We found our place. And then while we're in the hotel room the whole time, all you see is lights and sirens from the windows. And I'm like, oh my God, they're coming for me, aren't they?
I used to think like that. Like, I remember when I started smoking weed in college in the 90s. One time I was so high, we were ordering pizza. And I swear to God, I thought that the pizza people called the police, and we heard the police siren, and I was like freaking out.
That's a bad trip already. Oh my
Yeah,
god.
this is when you still could get in trouble for weed.
This is when you could. A lot of people got in trouble for weed.
Yeah. These days they don't give a fuck.
Congrats for making it out of those times.
I know.
That's funny though, because I mean,
Yo.
everybody that's ever tripped, if it's been mushrooms or LSD or whatever,
It was illegal.
everybody has a bad trip story,
Oh,
of course,
yeah.
Yeah.
and it's always because you weren't in the right state of mind when you probably
Or the
dosed.
moon is in the wrong place.
I mean, I think it's just having people around. Honestly, there's too many vibes coming into the mix. You know what I mean? Because you can't protect, because you can't control. It depends on how many people you're around and like how well do you trust them. Are they bringing in other people? Because I've done it where I just like I like the person I'm hanging out with, but then all of a sudden their uncle swings by and I'm like, who the fuck is this guy?
Right.
And then it's just like I remember like her uncle came by and he's just like, did you hear about the fire? The fire that's been over. I was just like, okay, your level. I kicked him out of my house. I was like, your level 1 mind games are insulting. It's like, you know that I'm like you're trying to fuck with me right now. Get the fuck out of my house. He's like, I'm not doing anything. I'm like, I don't care, leave. And he's like, you like, and that's what I mean by like having to pull myself together when I'm around people. It's just like, okay, so people are gonna try to fuck with me, so now I have to kill my vibe and just and tell you to fuck off because I'm not vulnerable as you think I am. Like I hate that shit.
Well,
Like,
but you
drives
handled
me
that
crazy.
well.
Well, yeah,
But that's
you-
how it always
You
happens.
handled it well. You kicked him the fuck out.
But it just like
rather
ruins
than-
the vibe, right? Because it's
Yeah.
just like people coming in trying to fuck with you. It's like,
Is it Uncle Arnie or something?
Yo.
That's the kind of person that, and of course, there's not going to be a camera on me, but it's one of those people when you used to first started getting stoned off pot, they'd go, "Okay, you're going down the hall."
Oh,
You remember that one?
don't fuck with me
Going
like
down the
that.
hall, you're making a
Yeah.
turn, you make another turn, brick wall.
One time in college, I lived in the 4th floor in the dorms, but they were like 21 and over dorms, so they had kitchens, and people would burn food. And every time they would burn food,
The alarms will go
the
off.
alarms would go off, and they would make us go outside for like 10, 15 minutes. But one time I was on mushrooms, I said, I'm not going. But I was so stupid. I'm on the 4th floor just staring at everybody outside. I'm like, because there must have been like one a week.
Thank
Somebody-
God it was not a real fire, I
There's
guess.
never been, no, there was
Just
no
because
fire.
they've never been doesn't mean there'll never
These things are
be.
made out of brick. These are all brick buildings.
Yeah,
you
sure.
know?
Just take me down in the building. Yo, I'm glad you made it out. But
Yeah.
that's funny too.
Yeah.
Mm.
One time I was on a session, I won some.
Wait, on mushrooms?
Yeah, no, I was on a session. I won some mushrooms, but it was like a little chocolate thing.
Uh-huh.
But I'm kind of fucking blind. I can't read.
Uh-huh. So
Little
you just
shit.
ate it.
So I thought this is weed, right? This is a weed edible. And my friend's looking at me like, are you fucking drugs? And I'm like, oh, fuck.
Always.
Did it look like
Yeah.
this?
Just say always. Yes. Oh my gosh.
Oh.
I need blunt wrap. I've
was
got
it more like
used
this?
weed.
Yeah.
That looks like Pepto Bismol.
Now you can do lavender. I think
Now you doing the lavender.
you can
Stay off
smoke
the
lavender
lavender.
in Texas.
Yo,
I think lavender is legal.
So on Saturday, I took a healthy dose. I think the dose that I shared with you, right? And I went to the dispensary, and the lady was mean to me.
Which dispensary?
The one that I rave about, that I love, and
it
off
Mo
the charts.
Green's or-
No,
oh.
off the charts. I love them, love them, love them. Okay, so this is a whole story because, forgive me, she was mean to me. I wrote a review, and they got back in touch with me today, and they're like, "We reviewed the tape, and we're sorry. You're in the right. You can get whatever you were getting. We'll charge you a cent. We hope you can come back and maybe take down the review. If not, it's okay." Because
Take down the review.
Yeah, because that's why they got a hold of you. They want you to take down the review.
well, well, I want to think it's because they like me. No,
I would like, well, yeah, they
but
should
that's
want to do it because they want to make their customers
that's
happy.
true. A poor Yelp, a 1-star Yelp review does. It's like a GPA. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's so hard to maintain a good GPA. One poor score fucking knocks it down to like a nothing.
How
Not
long-
a nothing,
it-
but like a 3.
I mean, it
Like-
depends on if it evens out with like positive ones. So you just gotta make different accounts, and then you give yourself 5 stars, See, you
Yeah.
gotta play. You gotta know how to play the game. All
But
right.
they were earnest about it, and that's what meant a lot to me because you've heard me talk about this place. I love off the
So
chart.
she was rude to you, and then what was she supposed to do?
Okay, this is what had happened, right? I went in the store and there was just 3 people to serve, 2 bud tenders, and when it was my turn, she started to serve the person behind me, and I was like, "Hey, I have a cab waiting behind me, waiting for me. Do you mind? I know exactly what I want." So she got what I wanted. We made it to the counter to the cashier, and she said, "You shouldn't expect to be served immediately during happy hours." And I looked around and I looked to the lady behind me. I said, "I'm so sorry. Was I rude to you?" And she gave me this confused look, which made me feel defensive. So I looked at the other lady and she said, "And that was rude." And I looked at her. I said, "You can keep that shit." I walked out. I was fucking done. I was like, "Oh my God, she hurt the fuck out of my feelings," because I was in a happy place. I was happy to get served, but apparently I was rude for telling her that I was next in line.
Was it a guy waiting behind you? or-
No, it was another girl. It was just us amongst girls, but really, I
Was she
think
younger than you? or-
yeah, she was younger than me, and I
Do
was
you
dressed.
think maybe she liked her or something? Or
I was dressed hella cute, so she's probably like, "Look at this old hag trying to look cute. I'm gonna make her feel bad."
but there's no lounge area in that place, is there?
Anyways, that's what my mushroom trip told me.
And so, what were you getting that you did not purchase?
It's this thing of Galaxy pre-rolls with Keef. It's beautiful, and
Okay.
it's $35 originally, but they said that they'll give it to me for 1 cent if I just come back, and if I would be so kind enough that he was like, "If you remove the review, that's up to you."
Well, when did that
Cool.
happen? Because
Yeah, I know that was the nicest thing ever. I
when
was
did it
like,
happen? This was like Saturday.
that happened on Saturday.
But it's like 2 days. I mean, did they find out about the review that quickly? Or?
Oh yeah.
Oh well, I wish they would have called me yesterday. I was going through it yesterday. Like, what the fuck? They don't even care that they were
Do they
mean to
check?
me.
Do they check every day?
Well,
I don't write any reviews. That's why I don't fuck around with reviews because
reviews are important.
I've heard nightmare stories. Like the guy used to be in the station. Like he left a bad review at a bar, and the bar owner went to his work at Lucky's where he worked, and he left a bad review about him. He's a cashier at Lucky's. He's like, this guy's creepy. I don't like it.
Karma's
He
a
wrote
bitch.
and his girlfriend started like going after the guy
Is
on
that somebody we
Instagram.
know?
Yes.
Yeah,
Oh dear goodness gracious!
the
You're
guy who used to have the
serious.
show afterwards.
What in the world?
The reason I found that is because his girlfriend was fighting with a bar owner on Instagram.
No.
And I asked her, I'm like, what's going on? And she's like, yeah, because he thinks he likes to write a lot of reviews about Yelp. He's like
Yelp's a
Yeah.
big business.
That
Yeah.
was my worst fear. Was that
Sure.
somebody
okay.
would look at my review and be like, or the person that I complained about being rude
Yeah.
to me.
Mini sugar cones.
That she would find my name, which is my whole name, my real name, and
yeah.
be like, "I'm gonna go follow Joanne Victorio and see what she's up to because she wrote a bad review." But no, instead, they called me.
Where is all the charts anyway? Where is
It's
it?
off of 8th and Bryant. I love the place.
Eighth
I
at
love-
Bryant.
But there's
Okay.
no lounge area.
Down by the
right?
police station.
Yeah, by the police. It's across the street from the police station. And when I
Oh, the
left
one with
there,
the cross and the white sign.
yes, that one. When
Yeah,
I
that one.
left there, I was like, "Look, I didn't get arrested for cutting a bitch up for making me feel bad. I'm just saying.
When I get,
Look at him.
Oh yeah,
when I
yeah,
get,
yeah. I'm just saying. I
What
could have
is it?
totally karate chopped her in the throat when she said I was rude because I felt violent.
I mean,
But
it sounds a little bit rude, Joanne. Karate chopping someone in
I'm
the
only
maybe
validating.
considered
I'm
his
only
correct.
validating her. But what,
Okay, you know what they taste like?
what do you want one? But
Not good.
No.
Okay.
She's
I
saying
don't
no.
do drugs. I never have in my entire life.
I
I want to
love
make
that.
that completely clear.
Yeah,
I'm so proud
the
of
character she portrays on the show is not
Oh.
reality.
you. Let's.
So what does it taste like? What is this?
this is
taste like?
good.
I think it tastes like it tastes like an ice cream cone. That's one.
Kind of does, but you know what it really tastes like?
Hmm.
Tastes a lot like a mother's cookie.
Mm.
Remember mother's cookies, the circus cookies,
Mm-hmm.
the pink and white ones.
Oh, I
Yeah.
love those.
The
Those are so
circus
good.
cookies.
I was at happy hour at Urbana, Oakland on Friday, and I told my friend to come down, but his ID expired. He couldn't get in, and they had pizza. He wanted me to take some pizza outside to his car.
Did you?
No, I told him.
That's hella ghetto.
I told him he came back later with a passport, but then he said he locked his keys in, and he was trying to find he was trying to find
A Slim Jim? Or
like a
hanger?
Slim Jim to get in his car. He was asking for yeah.
Oh, that
It
would be
was-
a funny.
It
fake
was really
commercial.
weird. It's like I'm embarrassed now. Like, first of all, how you even get it? Because I was with him at Mo Green's on Monday. How the fuck do you get into Mo Green's when it expired? And then he was driving me around. So I'm like, "Do you have a license?" And that's fucking hell weird. Like, you know,
I'm sorry. When you said he was driving me around
he's driving around
on this
the same-
expired license.
No, I didn't even know. But yeah, his birthday was expired. But he came back with his
Yo.
passport, right? And then he locked his keys in, and I just like. But yeah, he seriously wanted me, and he wanted me to take some pizza to him in his
Chris,
Oh, you
can-
don't-
Hey guys, I'm sorry, but I
You
think
gotta
I'm
go.
gonna have to go. Yeah.
Okay, sorry, Elena.
No,
It was
I'm
wonderful
so-
having you.
car. What's wrong?
No,
Just
she's
like,
working.
Like work shit. Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were tripping out. Like, Joe Mama
Yeah.
scared
Oh,
me
yeah,
too.
all the
Okay.
like sensitive
Yeah,
content.
no,
and shit,
it's just-
like I'm kind of getting anxious about it, to be honest.
Oh.
Like,
Oh, okay, got you.
yeah,
Why
like,
you
do you
trip?
not, like,
Thank you.
just
Yeah.
Thank you. Sorry.
Yep. No, it's all right.
Like,
It's nice meeting you guys.
Nice meeting you.
oh.
So anyway, going on.
So yeah, he wanted me to take some pizza, but it's like it's hella weird. Like, how the fuck did they let you in Mo Green's when they spot? And I shouldn't say anything, but it's like it's crazy.
Dude, I'm sorry. I thank you so much for allowing
Nah,
me
she
to.
seemed chill. Yeah,
She was, but I think she has work and she works with children. So a lot of, but you know, Ashley works with children too, and like Ashley also, if you think about it, Ashley Tomajan, right? She's like, oh my god, you cannot. They cannot. The things that the kids find out. I totally get it. I totally get it. But she's always talked about how much she enjoys comedy and how much she likes podcasts. So I felt like this was an opportunity, since we're both leaving at the same time, to expose her to it. But this is a scary
You know what really hurts me? She's
Hmm.
never been on stage, and you booked her for a show, and you didn't book me.
I didn't book her.
You
I didn't
book
book her.
me.
I didn't book her.
I thought
I
you
didn't book
booked
her. No,
I thought
she
you
never-
booked her. I'm like, you're
No.
gonna book her. You're not.
No. Oh my god.
I'm just messing with
Maybe she
it.
felt your jealous vibes,
No,
dude.
no,
No, she was not. She
I think it was over the mushroom talk because you know I think it was over the mushroom talk because you know I mean we
It's a good thing that nobody watches us.
yeah, we could use, like you know I understand if Ashley used another
Sure, I won't
name,
look at the dashboard.
because these kids
What's it say?
these kids
People are watching us.
No way, really?
Yes,
Shut
of
up.
course.
How
These
many?
kids will
Me.
Google
I'm
you.
one of the people watching.
the
Oh,
kids
you-
will Google you. I don't
And
care
you
if they're like
and one
8.
more, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, at least.
Okay.
Kids these days will Google your ass. They
Everybody
don't
will
give a-
Google your ass. Okay.
Yeah.
So, yo, I feel like if you want a good night, just manifest it. Believe in it and go out and expect it to happen. Now, you on the
yeah.
other hand,
Me.
I take a shower.
Me.
I'm just kidding.
You don't think I took a shower?
I think you might have taken a shower like 2 days ago.
No,
but-
I took a shower.
Today? I'm just kidding. Don't be mad at me. Okay, I'm teasing. This is, maybe I'm just high.
Oh, jeez.
What are you gonna say?
I was gonna say, if you go out, take a shower, put on some nice clothes. I'm not saying your clothes are not nice, but this is for anybody that goes. Personally,
So basically, this is the part of the episode that we actually bring you to get a makeover, extreme makeover.
when I go out, I'll take a shower only because I have to wash off yesterday, and yesterday is always
Right.
complicated.
I took a shower. I've been alone all weekend. My mom's in the hospital. or
I'm
something.
sorry to hear that. Is your mom okay?
I guess so. They're running some tests.
It was just her birthday, right?
No, my mom's birthday is in December.
Oh,
Wait, so hold on. Your mom's in the hospital?
Yeah, Yeah, she's had a bad headache since Trump got elected.
Does she
Yeah,
watch your
haven't we all?
podcast?
Haven't we all?
I think she does, but she won't admit it.
No, I mean, like, I don't think my mom watched my podcast. That means that she listens to me.
I don't know. My mom is a bit of a stalker. I'm not.
No way.
I'm quite sure my mom listens to the podcast. Yeah, my mom is really good. My mom is smarter than me. I'll be honest with you. My mom is smarter than me. She might know about a lot more about technology. I wouldn't be surprised if my mom is sitting there, like, just knows where I'm at. That's why when she gets mad when she says I don't know where you're at. I'm like, I know she knows where I'm at all times. Because,
Your mom?
Yeah, because Google basically can track you.
Can it really? Okay, so when I had, when I was with my kids, we invested in Life 360,
Yeah.
where you can see everybody's place, and the best part was AAA for whenever they needed a tire change or something,
Yeah.
which happened a lot with my kids, but I think it was what is that called when it's okay? It was okay with them that we were all tracking each other's, but they watched us more. The kids watched us parents more
Yeah.
than we watched them.
Yeah, isn't that weird?
That you had consent.
Consent. There you go. There was consent. I mean, like, there was consent to watch them, but I didn't watch them because I respect their privacy. I only looked when I had to know. But apparently, they would watch us all the time.
Right.
Yeah, they probably still are or something.
Mm,
Yeah, but it's like I heard Snapchat. If you're on Snapchat, basically you can let all your friends know where you're at all times on Snapchat. Are you on Snapchat? Or?
good God, no.
Somebody was telling me about
That's
that,
for
like
kids.
on Snapchat. That yeah,
No
basically
offense, kids.
on Snapchat, basically they all know where they're at all times. Of these days, these kids.
I think
They track each
Snapchat
other.
and
That's probably not a great thing.
I
don't
think even
think it
Facebook does that. Even Facebook does that, like where you're at somewhere and they're like, "You're here." Well, but you voluntarily tag
Yeah,
yourself.
no, yeah. You check in.
You check in, okay? So you check in and bam, you're wondering why you're getting robbed. when you're
So
showing off a
so
bunch of
so
money.
that's. I mean, that's how Kim Kardashian got robbed,
Yeah.
Okay, so you're obviously on the
And-
same wavelength.
and then that's how I got served.
Damn.
Oh,
I
yeah.
was doing a set at the Brainwash.
Yeah.
And I said, "Hey, I'm going to the Brainwash to do a set tonight, Thursday night. Blah blah blah. See you guys down there."
Was
And
that Voldemort,
I got sued with him by someone else, by another comedian suing me for lost wages. And I'm like, "What lost wages? Tips out of a tip jar."
How much was it they sued you for?
They were trying to sue myself
that
and
costs-
Voldemort for $7,500,
That costs
Who is
money
that?
to even.
and they won $10.
Oh wow!
yeah.
And they
And
probably lost how much
and
in
it should have been
lawyer
from
fees.
Voldemort because it was actually a key deposit for FCC
Oh,
free radio.
Yeah, yeah.
Wow.
But why were you involved? I mean, were you
Because I was named in the lawsuit. I was the one that ended up taking over the show. That show ended up turning into The Edge of Insanity.
You were the scapegoat that
Who was it?
that made it
Who
out.
was it? That
I
did
can
it?
say it. Margot Baby.
It's because it's
Oh,
over now.
Margot. Where's
I
Margot?
don't know. I see her once in a while.
So, do you ever look at old timey comedians and they're like, "Wow, this is where they are now"? Because
Yeah.
I'm just saying, don't we all end up just being normal people? I'm sure that like more accomplished comedians.
Normal's
I think they all have different. Everybody has a different. Everybody has a different arc. What do I mean? It means depending on when you started comedy, on when you end comedy, on when you're the most popular or most relevant to your audience, where audiences are really flocking to you, going to see you, supporting you. Some people get that earlier in their life. Some people get it middle. They get it all parts of their career.
Yeah.
So, I mean, do you know that, Rodney Dangerfield didn't become like even successful until like his 40s?
I believe that his
It was like
comedy is
41.
So mature.
He was like 41. He ended up quitting for like 8 years because he wasn't getting he wasn't getting any respect. So
His
to speak.
bit was like the angry dad, right?
Yeah, it was kind of the I get no respect, or
But fuck
before
that
it was
dad.
I get no respect was it's not easy being me was his tag.
He opened up his own club, didn't he?
Yeah, Dangerfields in New
Dangerfield.
York. In New York,
I think they reopened it like a couple months ago. The Dangerfields.
it's funny because I believe I'm still friends with the guy that he went into business with originally, which his name is. Want to say it's Mark Lanau, but yeah. So he's still around. He's still alive, and it is very possible that they opened
he's part of
Dangerfields.
the improv, isn't he? Mark Lanau.
Sounds familiar. Yeah, I remember him from comedy early on, like 70s for me.
So are you gonna continue doing comedy in Texas?
Absolutely.
In Austin? Are you moving to Austin? or-
So it's outskirts of Austin. It's not the same county. So Austin is Travis County. I'm gonna be moving like a county over. To be more specific, it's kind of like Daly City, San Francisco. Where do you live? I live in San Francisco, to be more specific.
Oh, yeah, you do.
Right.
Just because all the Filipinos live in Daly City doesn't mean that's where I live. I was born and raised in San Francisco. Yeah, but I forgot where I was going with that because we smoked some weed.
Oh yeah, you were saying he was asking you where you were gonna live in Texas
Oh.
and if where it is in relation to comedy.
Talking about like with Aleda moving and me moving, I have to come to terms with like a lot of things. What am I gonna do when I get there? I think once I have my life situated, I will try to hit Austin as hard as possible. Now there's mics at San Antonio Laugh Out Loud Comedy Club. That's where I did my first open mic ever.
Yeah.
And I'll just hit that mic up. I think it's every Monday or Tuesday, one of those days. And I'll just hit open mics up once I start to have time.
How far is it a drive for you to get stage time from where you're gonna move?
About 20 minutes. It's
Okay.
a quick drive.
It's not like you need to make a room.
Yeah, no,
Okay.
absolutely not. I could drive to Austin and not make a room. That's how close.
Okay.
So
I spent a week in Austin, like I was in Austin for a week. It's a fun town. But yeah, it's weird because I did some open mics and I talked about weed. And yeah, weed is like scary still.
it's not a big thing there.
It's not. People are scared of it, I think.
Thanks for the heads up because you're right. It is very conservative, like
Yeah.
a conservative frame.
Well,
mind.
that's the weird thing about I was in the state capital, because Austin's the capital of Texas.
Austin.
So yeah, I went into the state capital, but Austin's like a fun town. I like 6th Street where they just closed down 6th Street.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean,
Yeah.
well, that was fun. Like as when I was in Texas, I was domesticated, so I didn't do fun things every night. Just very event, like it was once in a blue moon that it would happen. So, the times that we went to Austin, there was like this place called Esther Follies, I think, where they do comedy improv. Oh, I love that place. I loved it. I can't wait to imbibe in Austin when I get the chance to relax about life. But what was that? I totally forgot what I was gonna say. Something about it with Aleda. I wish Aleda is stayed, but I think
That is
an
weird.
hour and 45 minutes is a long time to talk.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it was cool. I mean,
And censorship is a big part of learning what you want to say out
I mean,
loud.
we could have used another name.
No. It's just that I guess that she just realized that what we were saying doesn't align with what she's doing in life, and that's perfectly fine. That means she's a professional.
Right.
Oh yeah, she has a job. Some
Yeah, she
people
has
are
a job.
scared. Yeah, people are scared over their
She has
jobs,
a six-figure paying job. She's moving to Portland on her own dime. Nobody is funding
She's
her.
getting 6 figures. Damn.
Well, I mean, that's not my place to say, but that's
I'm sorry.
that I feel like that's a flex because
Oh,
she's
yeah.
I want to say she's
She can work anywhere, really. I mean,
she in her late 20s. I don't even know where she is in life, but I want to say late 20s, and that's very accomplished for a woman to move out of their parents' home
oh yeah.
and then not just live comfortably but live lavishly.
Oh yeah.
So the big ups to her, and that's why I was like, yeah, she's ready. But the truth is, nobody's ever ready for Chris, Junkyard Rat.
All right, so I have a little game for you, and we'll start with Chris first. Name something that's in the news, but it can't be politically connected. In other words, you got to tell me some news item
Well,
in the
actually,
current news, but
you know,
it has nothing to do with
the
politics.
VTAs are on strike. The bus transportation from San Jose.
For what?
There's no buses. They're on strike.
Why are they on strike?
That's right. The VTA's legal
They're
request
on
to stop strike temporarily denied
Yeah, they're
3
on
hours ago.
strike. So you can't ride any buses in San Jose or the trams or whatever.
Oh my God! Are people working today? I heard it's a holiday for a lot of for school. It's a holiday.
Is it really a holiday
Yeah.
today?
My cousin had the day off and she works at school, and I could have called Ashley. Yeah, but for kids they had the day off, so I don't know if it was a national holiday, but kids in school got the day off.
You know.
All right. So what about you, Joe Mama? Tell me something in the news that has nothing to do with politics, current affairs.
I stay away from the news. I don't know anything.
You must know
Say
something.
What about Mo Greens? You were singing at Mo Greens? Or?
Okay, let's do that. Current events. I found a new karaoke spot. Mo Greens hosts karaoke on Thursdays from 7:30 to 9:30.
Oh yeah.
And I remember back in the days when you could smoke indoors, the smoky lounge and everything.
Right.
My mom used to be a lounge singer, and that allure of smoking in the lounge, it appealed to me as a child.
Yeah.
And so yeah, that's what Mo Greens does for me.
I went there. I went trivia. Like I won it last week, and
You won trivia.
I won the trivia, and then last Wednesday I came in third place. I won some joints.
That's
But yeah,
nice.
I do trivia. I go to bingo at Mo Greens. But yeah, it was weird because I was dabbing at Mo Greens, but I would go sit in the table, and then I would go back dabbing, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't realize that every time you dab and you go away, they put in a new rig. They have
They
they
clean
have
it.
like 20 rigs, and the woman's like, we put out like 10 rigs for you.
For you.
Yeah, and I was like, I thought they just had 3 rigs, and then they would just use alcohol to wipe it down, right?
Damn.
But no, they're full service. They take out a rig, put another one in there, and now
Well,
they're like,
I mean, I guess they kind of told you like, hey, yo, you just been hitting these rigs, like we're not changing them
well, yeah,
out every
because I
time.
don't like sitting. I don't like sitting on the seats they got in the dab bar.
Yeah, I remember you take your shoes off when you go in there.
Oh yeah, well yeah, of course I take my shoes off.
All right. So we're gonna ask you.
Why are you snitching on me? Are you gonna do a Yelp
No,
review on the
it's-
show? This show
It's
sucks.
perfectly
Yeah, do it.
fine.
Do it.
Absolutely
Yelp
not.
sucks.
I love this show. This
My
show,
friend ran away scared.
This show.
Don't do that show.
This show has taught me a lot about myself,
Hell
about
yeah.
life, about everything.
I know.
And I mean, I celebrate the fact that you take your shoes off because you do what comforts you. It's the place where you've paid to smoke weed, and if you want to take your shoes off,
Hey, that's why we wear Crocs, right?
that's why you wear Crocs. You wear shoes that can
You
come
know,
off.
actually at bingo a couple weeks back, I won some sandals there from Kiva.
Were they Crocs?
No, they were like sandals. They were from Kiva. Kiva has a company called Lost
Is that
Farms.
the things that go between your toes? Those tongs?
Yeah.
I used to love those, but I can't do them anymore.
Yeah, Kiva's got some edibles called Pink Jesus.
Oh,
which is
see, I'm
really-
talking about sandals. You're talking about weed.
Oh no, so yeah, I want some sandals there, but yeah, I don't like sitting on that, but you know, but yeah, so I like Mo Greens, but like, yeah, like, I feel like they do watch you a lot down
Of
there,
course they
yeah.
watch you. You're in their lounge.
And you go to the Barbary Coast, nobody watches you at Barbary Coast,
You-
but they don't got a
really?
dab bar because they only got like 2 or 3 employees. in the-
Barbary Coast is right around the corner from here.
Yeah, it's over there.
I
It's
haven't
like
been
2
there in a while.
Yeah, I go there because they got muffins and coffee every morning.
At
so-
Barbary Coast?
Yeah, I go to Barbary Coast. I think Barbary Coast and Mo Greens I think they might have same ownership or they share. They're like sister clubs, I think.
Okay.
But yeah, I go to Barbary Coast. Like, there's nobody watching you because they got 2 employees and they're basically selling.
So you don't like being watched?
It's not that. It's just like, I don't need to be watched. I like being watched.
You have a podcast once a week.
It's like you're an artist, right? You put out stuff, but you don't want people sitting there
All
just
the
watching you
time.
all day long and stuff.
I know it is kind of weird.
It is weird, like the whole cameras and stuff, and there's cameras everywhere. In fact, I saw the news that they're putting in new speed cameras in San Francisco.
I thought those were like hard to make legal because of how much privacy things
No,
that
they
they violate.
They put them in there like that.
New speed cameras.
Yeah, they got cameras where if you're going over 50 miles an hour, they're gonna send you.
I've gotten a
I thought
ticket.
you meant like as a new speed
No,
and fentanyl, cocaine cameras.
No, that's
like really. These are kind of cool.
They
All
might,
right.
people will steal those cameras, man. I don't even know how they even.
Okay,
like,
what current?
Yeah, I mean, when I walk from Barbary Coast here, I'm amazed at the amount of homeless people doing drugs out there. Some of them are just passed. I've seen people passed out. One guy was holding money. He was just passed out holding money.
I get to go to Texas and not see this anymore. I'm just saying it's kind
I'm
of
quite
like
sure it's in Austin too, but
it
not,
may
but
not
not
as
in those
prevalent.
numbers. You know why? Because I think when it gets really hot, the homeless people aren't gonna. Stick
Oh yeah,
around.
it gets hella hot out there. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
Like in Las Vegas, I mean, there's homeless people, but they're not outside. It's 120 degrees outside, They got tunnels. The homeless people hang out in tunnels in Las Vegas. But
I saw a recent reel of some guy coming out of the sewage, and then I saw another reel on how they store food in Paris in the sewage system.
yeah.
They store their cheese or whatever, the crepe stuff, the crepe stands. Did you see that? Yes. Oh my God, we didn't even get to show a latest song.
We can,
No. Oh yeah, I guess so.
but
Um,
but I'm almost afraid to now.
I know. I don't.
Here's
Okay.
you guys were talking about
Yes.
trivia. So let's ask you a couple trivia questions. Which planet shares its name with a chemical element?
Mercury.
Thank you, sir.
Oh my God.
What is the only bird that can fly backwards?
And
An airplane. No,
is it an eagle?
No.
I can't remember. What is it?
it's the yellow bird. What's the name of the yellow?
Nope.
Is it hummingbird?
There you go.
Hummingbird.
Okay. What is the main profession of the Nintendo character Luigi?
He's a plumber.
Oh, there
Oh
you
my
go.
God. I just realized that why I hate trivia.
I saw the movie.
I
Did
feel
you see
so
that
dumb.
movie?
What is the capital city of Canada?
Toronto?
It's is it Quebec? No.
None of the above.
What's it? No, that was in the trivia. I forgot the name of the capital of Canada was.
Is it a French name? It's some French name.
Saskatchewan or something.
Ottawa.
Ottawa.
Yeah, Ottawa is the capital of Canada.
What is the hardest natural substance on Earth?
A diamond? I don't know.
Yes,
Cool.
A diamond?
you are correct.
Yay.
Um,
For shallow reasons.
what is the national animal of Scotland? If you get this one, boy, that's
A
good.
leprechaun.
The cheetah.
You know what? Quite honestly, that's really funny because it's another mythical creature.
Oh shit, a unicorn? Oh my God, for real?
There's a unicorn festival coming to San Jose.
Really?
I saw it on Facebook. I wanted to go until I realized it's mainly for kids. Like they only expect adults to be kicking at a unicorn.
But why not?
I don't know because
I like the colors.
it's like I would go, but it's
Like I would kick it at a Hello Kitty festival.
hell yeah. All those Comic Cons are hella boring because they're full of kids. They're hella boring. like.
They should have.
And the
a-
kids get in for free. So there's like a million of them. You know, they should have like adult Comic Cons.
Yo, Chris, I have to tell you, I've always been intimidated by trivia, and the fact that you got Mercury right off the bat only solidified why I hate trivia. I feel hella
I
stupid.
know you work Wednesdays. I was gonna tell you to come by, but you work Wednesdays.
But you know what you did? You made me like kick my brain into gear, and I had to figure out
Oh, yeah.
answers because you inspired me to be smart.
Hey, you know, when you're trying to win weed, you're trying to win weed.
Which planet has over 145 known moons?
Good goodness. I don't even know all the planets.
Saturn.
There you go.
I know Saturn has.
What is the name of the self-pleasuring mythical creature?
Self-pleasuring.
Oh, you mean the flashlight or the flashlight?
No, it's a uniporn. Uniporn.
Unicorn?
Yeah, because he's a self-pleasuring mythical
Yeah.
creature.
Oh my
That's
gosh.
funny.
It's a unicorn.
Oh, okay. You know, I realized
It's
that
not
whenever
a.
I watch.
It's not a trivia
Wait,
question.
hold on. Well, I realized that when I watch porn, I only watch it on my phone. I never watch it on TV anymore. Like, I guess in old days, you watch it on TV or you watch it on a big screen. But whenever I do visit the urge to visit porn, it's on my phone.
My TV, I have an Amazon Fire TV, so you can actually go on the internet on the television, but I won't look at porn on
You
the
can't, because you live in the same household with somebody who might pull it up and be like, "What?"
Well, no, yeah, that's why I don't do it. But yeah, my television, you can go. Actually, what I do is I watch sporting events on it, like the wrestling, because I don't have Peacock.
On your TV.
Yeah, I don't have Peacock, so I go into a website. I can watch all the WWE events live without paying for it. You know, I saw the
Well,
last one. Yeah, like I do that for a lot of sporting events. Like
you find a way around a loophole.
well, yeah, because you know the UFC fights, anything that is charging you a lot of money to watch, you basically can watch for free. They don't even block it.
Well, of course. Okay, so this is your version of watching it with static. Okay, like
No,
I can
there's no
see it.
static.
No, I know that. But the other people who pay for it, they pay
Yeah.
for no trouble. They pay for no commercials or no interruptions. No having to decide you know, what streaming service to go through because they paid some grand amount for
Well,
it.
yeah, all the because I thought Netflix was gonna get the WWE, so I didn't.
Did they
I-
not?
No, they got part of it, but they didn't get all the stream. They didn't get all the shows. Like Peacock is still Netflix International has all the WWE stuff, but nationally, Peacock still owns the rights to it. So that's why I didn't get Peacock. But yeah, I go.
Peacock comes with T-Mobile.
Oh,
Speaking
does
of, I
it?
have to, well, yeah, well.
I mean, but can you really watch television on your phone? I don't know about you.
Oh no, my Peacock comes with Xfinity. My subscription to Xfinity Wi-Fi.
Oh
Peacock
yeah.
came free. Yeah,
Yeah.
it became a part of it. But T-Mobile, they used to have deals like that. Do you remember T-Mobile Tuesdays where they would have like movies you can go watch for? Did you have T-Mobile? Oh, I took advantage.
I got
of rewards.
Obama phone.
What was it? You got to stream a free movie.
I got Obama phone.
No, you can actually go to the movie theater for
Oh.
T-Mobile Tuesdays. You can cash in like a $5 movie theater ticket that you end up having to pay for everybody else who comes with you unless you go by yourself.
I have the AMC movie pass, so I go to the Metreon. I can watch 3 movies a week
I like that. That's
for
so
like
cool.
25. You can see the 3D or the IMAX.
Do you watch 3 movies a week?
I watch more than 3. Like I saw 3 movies on Thursday alone. Like I see a lot of because when I come here on Mondays, I go and watch, or like I show up on Tuesdays when the maid comes. The maid comes every other Tuesday. I don't like to be home when the maid is
Dude,
home.
my maid gave up on me. Well, I don't have a maid, but
Your maid gave up on you.
I subscribe to one of those things on Facebook where they're like, people come in and clean for $19 an hour.
Oh yeah.
But you have to subscribe for 6 months at $49.99 a month. And the early termination fee is equivalent to those 6 months. So why not just subscribe? That's my cleaning service, which didn't come up for February, or they haven't showed up for March yet.
Oh yeah.
But I mean, that's nice that you have a clean apartment or a clean condo.
Yeah, you know, it's the people they do all my mom's friends' places too.
I mean, but the most your bathroom and your kitchen is clean.
Oh yeah, they clean
That's
it.
a great feeling to
Somebody's
have a clean
gotta-
apartment or clean.
I'm not
place.
clean at all. I'm not clean at all. So
As I am finding out, I'm not clean at all. Unless I have to be, I'm not clean. And not having my little kids and just having my older son, we're both bums.
oh yeah. That's hella cool. As long as one of you like
I hire a cleaning lady.
My mom tried to tell me that the maid broke the dishwasher. The dishwasher went bad. And my mom was like, I think it was the maid. I'm like, the maid did not break your
Well,
dishwasher.
if the maid's the one using it, I guess you did.
Now the dishwasher, I guess the dishwasher company's in New Zealand, and we're waiting for some computer chip
Oh my god.
for the dishwasher. These computerized systems, like
Okay, equity in your home is a difficult thing to have. Appliances being that, right? You have appliances and you count on them to work forever,
yeah.
but they don't. Because I was looking at the new place that I'm moving into, and it has a washer and dryer, and I was like, oh my gosh. Then I looked at the refrigerator and the oven. I'm like, all these appliances that I don't have to purchase.
Yeah.
I'm looking to rent a home so I could have kind of establish a good place for me and my
Yeah.
kids. I'm gonna be completely responsible,
Hell
cuss
yeah.
less, and definitely not smoke weed
Grow your
over in
own
Texas because it's
mushrooms.
illegal there, and no mushrooms because
You're,
it's
you're
illegal
gonna
there
grow
too.
your own mushrooms.
Nah, I'm just gonna be high on life.
Do you know anybody who grows mushrooms? Or
Yeah, there's always fungi growers.
what about the weed church? I mean, the mushroom church is still around, isn't it? Or-
Not in Texas, but here the one in San Francisco has been closed.
oh, they
The
closed it?
Zydor.
Oh yeah.
It's indefinitely closed, so I don't know what's going on with that. That was just a few blocks from my my place.
I heard people kept breaking into, and then they told them they got to get better windows, and they didn't want to.
Oh,
I guess
well,
people kept breaking into the place. I
is
didn't
something
realize
like
that if you rent a place, you're in charge of all that shit.
Okay,
I
yes, you're
thought it-
responsible for
I thought it was the owner. Like if the window breaks and you're renting, I thought the owner is the one that's got to get
It depends on your lease.
I think possibly right. Yeah, that's true. The contractual agreements that, and you have a responsibility
Yeah.
as a tenant to to have preventive measures. Now, if you met those measures, then I think the landlord will hold up.
There's only certain things that again, depending if you're talking about commercial or residential, that sounds like it's more commercial.
Yeah.
So that's definitely whatever's in your contract. Residential, they do have certain things they have to make sure they resolve. If there's a problem with the actual electrical, if there's a problem with the actual heat, if there's a problem with the security, like the locks are busted, like my front door lock is busted. Yeah, the owners have to do that in San Francisco.
How
Probably
many years have you had this place? Because you are
3+, 3.5.
You are speaking from experience, because not only are it's not a home that you're leasing, but it's a space. It's a space that
It
you're
is a
leasing.
commercial. It is a commercial business here in San Francisco. correct.
Right. So your responsibility as a tenant or the leasee.
So and a lot of people. So one thing that is always in a commercial setting that's more mandatory than it's recommended if you are in a residential is that you should have renter's insurance.
Okay. Yeah.
So if somebody does break in, something does get broken, something that the landlord's not to cover and you don't want to cover, like in this example, we have lots of equipment in this room. That's covered by renter's insurance.
Is insurance fees higher, or not fees, but
Renter's insurance is really cheap. You can get renter's insurance for a business like mine for like $5 a month,
despite the location?
despite the location.
Okay.
You can't be negligent. You can't have, can't leave your doors unlocked. You can't leave,
Okay.
you can't be dumb. But usually
You can
you
put a
you
sign
present you present what you want to have covered. And so yeah, if you're in a place where it's scarier or sketchier, such as downtown San Francisco, yeah, your insurance rates go up. If you have more equipment, your rates go up. If you're in a building that's not up to fire or building code, your rates go up. So there's things that change your rates for things like this, but most of the time they just want to cover what's under your roof.
Dude, this is an old ass building.
Hey, are you a video game player? Or
1909.
do you play video game? Because there's like a big video game convention in town. The video game developers is like huge. There's a bunch of dorks walking around. and
Video
stuff.
around Metreon.
Yeah, around the Metreon. Sometimes I always wonder because I see these conventions and I look them up just to try and figure out what it is because I see people dress up in suits once in a while. But yeah, this is the video game developers. The video game. It's like I think it might be the biggest convention of the year now.
You know, it's insane to think that every person there is like, what is this called? They're having the time of their life.
Yeah.
But on Metreon, and where it seems really safe in Metreon and such, but just a few blocks away is like 6th Street. And
Hell yeah.
do you think they end up on those streets?
Nah.
It's not that bad recently. It seems like it's really clean.
It's getting better. In a lot of ways, it's getting better.
All the hotels are like on the other side, right?
They're all over the place.
Yeah.
So one of the most expensive hotels is only like a block over. It's over by 6th.
Which
Right.
6th or 5th.
All you have to do is just go the wrong way. Oh my gosh, and
yeah.
you're like in a zombie apocalyptic.
Yeah, 6th Street is
Events.
scary though. I mean, 6th Street is one of the. It might be one of the scariest streets in San Francisco right now.
Yeah, 6th Street from about Harrison all the way up to Market.
That's why somebody asked me one time. I was on bar and they were asking me where they could get an Obama phone, and I actually sent them to 6th Street. I'm like,
Oh wow.
because that's where they're always at.
Yeah.
They got the little table set up, you know.
They're always parked right next to the place where it was like 15 years ago where that guy started himself on fire in
Oh
one
my
of those
God.
in one of those porn booths.
Oh yeah. Well, they shot the owner.
He was in one of those porn booths and he came running out and he was on fire. And the
Why?
police on the street saw him and had to put him out.
Damn.
Probably because he was smoking something in one of those booths, but they were trying to make it sound like he spontaneous combusted.
Well, yeah, there was a dispensary on 9th Street
I think that-
insane.
that they shot the owner like 3 weeks ago.
What?
Yeah, there was a guy living.
Here, bring your mic
upstairs.
down to your face a
There was
little
a
bit.
guy. It's called a vapor room. It closed down, but yeah, a guy living like right above the vapor room, like shot the owner, and then the cops killed him. Right, but yeah, they closed it down. But yeah,
In San Francisco, it's called
yeah,
the Vapor Room.
The vapor room. It was on 9th Street and
That's
between
scary.
Yeah, it's like 2 blocks from
I mean,
here.
I think
Yeah.
it's scary how fragile life really is.
It's true.
Oh, by the way, he did not die.
No, the guy who shot him got killed. It wasn't
Oh.
it wasn't the owner of the vapor room but yeah, he shot him right outside.
Here's the news. San Francisco cannabis dispensary owner survived 6 gunshots in unprovoked attack. The co-owner of San Francisco weed dispensary, the Vapor Room, survived being shot 6 times at point blank by a gunman who was killed in a standoff with police this week. Questions remain about the motive of the gunman and how to prevent something like this from happening again. The brief basically says that the owner of the Vapor Room in San Francisco survives being shot. Martin Olive, co-owner of the Vapor Room dispensary in San Francisco, is recovering after being shot 6 times. I don't know if they can repeat it one more time. In an unprovoked attack outside his store on Monday evening. Yeah. It's a miracle that Martin's alive and a miracle that he's going to fully recover from this. Tina Gordon, Olive's longtime friend and business partner. Olive, 47, was on a break outside the dispensary when a man on an e-bike parked, approached, and opened fire without saying a word, Gordon said. It is an incredible miracle he's alive, she said. And we're also managing a mystery because we have no idea who would shoot him. The backstory surveillance footage captured the suspect getting off his e-bike, pistol in hand, before firing multiple shots. To be clear, this was not a robbery attempt. This was an attack. Olive was rushed to the hospital. Doctors told Gordon the bullets missed all of his vital organs. Lucky fucker. And he suffered no brain or spinal damage. Again, lucky. However, he will have shrapnel in his body for the rest of his life. Gordon said Olive, known for his resilience, was already making jokes from the hospital bed about how difficult it will be to get through airport security from now on. Damn, that's what we need is another comedian. This really speaks to his character. He can barely speak, and he's making jokes. He said, what Martin told me about that day is that he didn't recognize the gunman. He had no idea who this guy was, and he just kept saying, why would he shoot me? Yeah. The details on the gunman: San Francisco medical examiner identified the gunman as 35-year-old Chesarak Chong. After shooting, Olive Chong ran into his apartment building next door. Hours later, he died in a shootout with police.
Oh wow. Huh.
Yeah.
Without any rhyme or reason, it just happens. And I think as many sirens as I hear at night in South of Market,
Yeah.
I'm like, there's no telling what kind of craziness. I've gone home from the Mint and there's like shootouts, or not shootouts, but the guns, the cops are there with their guns out, drawn.
Well, and it's okay. So any big city's a little scary, and you definitely got to keep your head on a swivel. It's somebody's quoted in this. I think this is the co-owner, says what's most frustrating about the situation is people cannot feel safe on the streets. That's true. I mean, there's constantly something going on. You constantly got to keep your, like I said, a head on a swivel. There's been times where if you're not street savvy, you really shouldn't be out.
Yeah.
Especially right here. If you're really a tourist, I'm glad they have urban alchemy people. I'm glad they have the neighborhood ambassadors. I'm glad they have police on the street, because if you were just a full-on tourist and didn't know shit about San Francisco, it could be alarming. Like you said, you're going down the street, everything's fine, and then all of a sudden,
Yep, one wrong turn, you're on 6th Street, and it's like,
whoa, what did I just walk into?
Apocalypse.
What just happened to
I'm
me?
jealous of these European tourists. I see them on BART coming from the airport, and I wish I could just be them, just to see the look on their face when they walk out. Like, because what the I don't think they realize the kind of craziness.
Some of them look like they blend in because they got their suitcases. They're just
Oh,
walking
yeah.
around Market Street with their clean suitcases, which a lot of unhoused people have clean suitcases as well.
Yeah.
But once you start to see the unhoused person, you're like, oh, that's the difference between a tourist and an unhoused
See,
person.
That's why you need, I like that you're using the word unhoused without even thinking about it.
It's because I've been unhoused myself.
Yeah, so, but yeah, it's like, and yeah, I remember one guy asked me one time where he could buy like a tent because they were sold out of tents at Target.
Do you know tents will keep you warm because it keeps the wind out?
Oh, yeah. And it's like, but yeah, it's crazy. I try and explain to people what it's like out here. But the best way I could put it, like years ago, I used to go to 3 dispensaries. They were like a block and a half from each other. There was Spark, which was on like 8th and Mission. Relief was like 9th and Mission.
This one there was limited.
Yeah, and then there was another one, the Urban something, and all 3 of them are gone because you couldn't have, people just didn't want to go there, They hated being in the area. Like in front of Spark, there's a line of people who were like buying drugs. There was a drug market right there. And somebody told me it's because there's like a needle exchange nearby.
On Mission Street?
Yeah,
Yeah,
right by there's, and like the whole area, people just didn't want to go.
They had safe places. So even so I just looked at which one the Vapor Room was, which is funny. That was one of the first businesses I hit up 3 years ago when I moved here to say, hey, we'll give you some free advertising. Would you like to come in and promote your club? Because it's 1 block over or whatever. Or actually it's 2 blocks over. So it was like 2 blocks over. I saw them and I was like, oh, never heard back from them. But they were one of the people like Mo Greens that I offered free
Mo
stuff
Greens,
to.
yeah.
But yeah, no, it's kind of sketchy. It's kind of scary. You have to be aware. You have to know what's going on in your surroundings, no matter where you're
I
at.
don't know why, but I've never had a problem because I lived in bad neighborhoods in LA. So it's weird. Like I can walk through all that area, and like it doesn't even like phase me anymore. It's kind of sad,
Well, here's the thing: when somebody does something crazy to you, you can't make logic out of that crazy situation because they're already crazy. and you definitely don't want to respond crazily
Yeah.
back. But there's a lot of times where I'm just like, what
I've
the
never
fuck?
been robbed. I've never been mugged. Like I was robbed buying weed one time,
Oh my gosh.
like 30 years ago. But that was my fault. I was stupid.
Wait, you robbed them or they robbed
they
you?
robbed me.
Thanks for clarifying
I
that.
don't rob people. I don't rob people, but like, yeah, you know, yeah.
Well, even when we were standing outside earlier, we heard crazy coming a
Oh
block
yeah,
away.
yeah. And then
Um,
what happens? It inspired us to want to yell out our crazy as well.
Well, it was funny because we heard it coming and we're like, okay, so this is either bad news or it's just San
No,
Francisco.
he was
And
just
it was
a
just
kid.
San Francisco.
Yeah, he was just a kid
No, I
in
was
his
in
adult body.
Bloomingdale's.
Sometimes it's the people that don't make noises you got to be worried about.
Yes. So what happened at Bloomingdale's?
I was at Bloomingdale's. There was a black guy. He was carrying like an orange chair above him, and he keeps saying, "I'm trying to pay for this thing,"
Yeah.
and he's like yelling like crazy. But I'm like, because Bloomingdale's is going out of business, right? They're selling, and it's weird. He was walking around with it, and there was some employee talking to him. He's like, the guy said I'm trying to steal it, but I think he probably was trying to steal it. I don't know.
There you go, trying to apply logic to crazy.
I don't know. He was,
But,
and he
yeah.
was like carrying it above him. This is a heavy fucking chair. He's like, I just want to pay for this thing. I'm like,
Walking on Market Street, I'm learning you could see anything, but you can't make any assumptions who's the good guy and who's the bad guy.
oh,
not
no,
off the bat.
no.
It has to be like a case by case basis where you have to sit and watch it for a little longer to see who's
Yeah,
who.
you really have to watch it for a while because it, like
could
you
be
said, it
cops.
could be someone in a suit and they look okay, and
Yeah.
then
Them
no.
crazies are not normies, or normies are not all
Nah.
crazies.
But like,
Or
you
do
know,
you know what that means?
I saw an undercover cop on Bart. He looked like he was homeless. There
But he was a
some-
cop?
There was some dude drinking beer, and then the BART train stopped, and the cops came in, and the homeless crackhead looking guy, he was pointing at the guy drinking the beer. But I should have known, because you might look homeless, but if you don't smell homeless, you might be a cop.
He was the plant, the narc.
He was a plan, yeah. He was.
You
Just,
can't judge a book by
Yeah.
its cover.
but you just never know,
this
like.
whole time.
But there's so much security in San Francisco now. This is becoming a police.
Oh
state.
yeah, that's right. I have noticed that
Yeah.
the corners have been cleared off of like group activity,
Right.
and it's been cop cars parked there with their lights on sometimes
Right.
Yeah.
to, I guess, deter.
Yes, deter all that kind of
Deter,
loitering
yeah.
and lawlessness.
Lawless.
But I do feel safer walking up and down Market Street.
I
At,
do.
at odd hours and
I
such.
don't know about you, but I think it makes a difference. Like, your fentanyl comes from Canada.
Does
I
it come
mean,
from Canada?
But you know how you can tell where your fentanyl comes
I
from?
don't know how.
Is if your instructions are in French.
Oh my goodness
That
gracious!
means that they're
Are there
Canadian.
instructions when they
And
buy
if your
it?
instructions are in Spanish, is
It's
Mexican.
from, I thought so.
If your instructions are in Chinese, that's one of my new jokes. Thank you very much.
Well done, well
Thank you.
delivered.
I'm like,
Oh,
yeah.
that's
I
so
start out the
specific.
joke like, I might do Canadian fentanyl, but I won't do the Mexican fentanyl for sure. But I don't know how to tell except like if your instructions are in French, it might be Canadian. Like, but if it's in Chinese, like, don't do that shit. Don't do that shit. Or Mexican, but if it's in Spanish,
That's a good topic to
Yeah.
bring up. I think. Yeah, I agree.
Because they kept talking about how they're bringing in fentanyl from Canada. They're not bringing fentanyl from Canada, dude. But, I don't know what the hell they're talking
well,
about.
I guess that's the
crazy
Canadian pharmacy, selling fentanyl. Because I mean, fentanyl is a
talk. I mean, yeah, all these products were
pharmaceutical.
introduced by the medical field even before they became street drugs, I don't think there's ever been one drug that came from the streets.
I remember at the dentist, they were like, "Give her 5 fentanyl."
Except for crack. Crack
was
might have came from the street.
Yeah,
Crack,
I was gonna
yeah.
say crack, definitely.
Definitely, because they had to break down the goods, the expensive
Yeah.
stuff, to be more affordable for the poor people.
Yeah, we wouldn't want to be,
I think the government was
Do you think they
involved
still
in
make
crack.
crack? Do
though.
We
people
don't
still
want to
make crack?
discriminate with our
Yeah.
drug.
Do you
Oh,
think
no,
crack is like a specialty drug now?
They still make crack.
Because
but-
I think crack would be better than fentanyl, wouldn't it?
yeah.
Sure, I guess in a way,
Cocaine
but
is
it
making
still
a
would be bad.
comeback, though.
Cocaine is not cocaine anymore. It's because it's
You got fentanyl in my cocaine. You got cocaine in my fentanyl.
there you go.
Yeah.
I don't think cocaine is like, but then, then
Nothing's
again,
safe anymore.
I'm not a professional. I'm not a connoisseur.
I stick to weed. I stick to marriage. I stick to Stanides drink. Weed drinks.
Cyanide.
I don't even buy weed anymore. I buy the weed drinks.
And do you drink it all at
This
one
is the
time?
first week you
Like-
haven't had a cyanides.
Oh yeah, that's because I didn't have time.
Got you.
I didn't have
I
time.
feel like edibles put me to sleep faster.
it's
You
true that
yawn.
I do,
Yes.
I do fall asleep on the Stanides quick. You know.
It's more of a body high.
I know we're
Yeah.
only about 10 minutes away from ending this podcast because I'm ready to smoke again.
Oh yeah, me too.
We need a vape pen.
Dude, we scared Aleda off, guys. What?
It's okay.
I'm sorry.
I would
Aleda.
even talk about it more, but I'm afraid to.
I'm sorry.
I'm glad we didn't tag her.
I'm so sorry, Mama. It's like
Well, it's not like you. Okay, so that's the other thing is I've been in this studio for 3.25 years, and I think I've only had 2 people go, "Oh wait, we're streaming." Yeah, you're in a studio. We're telling you we're live on a podcast. At least
Yeah.
you realized it halfway through. Oh,
Yeah.
we're live and we're streaming to multiple platforms. Oh wait,
Yeah.
hold on.
I think she
Yeah.
over vaped. Maybe.
No, she didn't
doesn't
vape at all. She didn't do
vape at all.
anything.
She didn't vape.
We were
She
the
didn't-
ones that went
We were
outside.
the ones that got high.
She played piano.
Yeah, she.
Yeah, that's
enjoyed
the-
I
the
think she
art
did
and
a little bit
everything.
too much piano.
That's the thing. Some people, I don't know.
That'll make you paranoid.
But do you know that, like, so she hasn't really approached the mics, but then I think once you start approaching the mics, then you expose yourself.
Yeah.
We become vulnerable. We give you our dirt, and we're like, okay, take it.
I asked her what open mics she go to. She's like, no,
I haven't been to any.
I haven't been to any open mics.
No, she hasn't performed at any open mics, but I know that when Ashley used to host at OMG a long time ago. Oh, and this is what I wanted to point out: the difference between her and Jordan. I don't know his last name.
Yeah, the one that you said they both were going to maybe start at the same time,
Right.
but he kind of hit the ground running.
There you go. He's got a mic open. He's been hosting open mics, and he's been hitting open mics. So he's in his I'm gonna get this.
Yeah, he's on a roll. And
Right.
so, well, okay, so that's what I was going to say to her is that it's okay to stay on the sidelines. It's okay to stay on the sidelines for a little bit. But if you become stagnant, if you sit on the sidelines too long,
You're just gonna be a consumer.
it's going to be you're going to build it up to be something it's not. And you really just need to dive into the fucking deep end and do it. And even if you really fail the first time, that actually gets you ready to go back the
I
second time.
feel
If
like
you fail the first time.
Bombing is a big ass part of it. If you can't embrace the fact that you're gonna get your feelings hurt, then you're not ready to come. I remember
Sooner or
every
later,
time-
you're going to get your feelings hurt. You
Every
might as well do it
time.
right out of the gate and hit the ground running and just keep going.
I get excited every time I have a first timer on my show. But thank God I didn't. Like last week, I was telling this guy how happy I was that I popped this cherry. Thank God I didn't
You
say,
didn't say that to her?
I think I didn't
Oh
say
my
that
God.
shit to her.
Did you
Like,
say the whole show?
I
Yeah.
didn't say the
There
whole
you
show.
go.
Some people just love it, you know.
Well,
Some
I think people get. I think they do, but what I was getting at with the other thing is that some people, if they have a problem getting off the sidelines, it's usually for a reason.
yeah.
If they don't use their real name, there's a reason.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If they don't promote what they're doing on social media,
It's
there's a
the
reason
yeah.
what they're doing. So most of them, and it's funny because maybe sometimes it's somebody put them up to it,
Yeah.
or maybe it's every year it happens right around New Year's. Everybody's like, I'm going to become a stand-up comedian,
Yeah.
My
and they
New
last for
Year's
about 4 months.
resolution.
They last a little bit.
Yeah.
Dude, I just keep on going at it because I have to prove to myself that I'm not a quitter, but I know I'm a quitter.
I look your
Right.
hard earrings. Your hard earrings are pretty.
Thank you. I paid $6.99 at Ross.
Oh, yeah. Looking nice. I got this hat at the D&D discounts. Have you been at D&D?
No, but
The-
that's discount dress, like the dress place,
Yeah, I think
clothing store.
I think it's,
It's like
part of
DD's
Ross.
discounts.
I think it's part of Ross. Ross has.
Oh.
I think it's Ross or Marshalls has like a chain.
I can't go to any stores, no retail stores, because I can't buy anything new. I have to pack everything up. I have to get ready to go.
Yeah, you got. How much stuff are you taking?
So much shit.
Are you taking?
How much shit are you getting rid of?
The boxes of shit.
How
but
many
not,
boxes of mushrooms do you got lying there?
No, I've done all my mushrooms.
I
I
bet you have.
made the most of that all.
What are you carrying? I mean, you got a lot of stuff, right?
Yeah, it's a 2-bedroom apartment. So just imagine a 2-bedroom apartment, a living room, and a kitchen. So that's stuff.
So I'm guessing you're just moving all the personal stuff. I mean, things like spatulas, why I be bringing with you?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. No, I'm just bringing really. It's just a big like the bed frames, the couch, the coffee table.
How
and
are you
such.
getting out there? Are you driving?
So I'm gonna take a plane. I'm gonna catch a plane ride, but I know, right? But
You're gonna ship everything out?
Yeah, I'm gonna ship everything out. That means I haven't bought my ticket yet. I'm gonna catch a plane ride over there, but I'm gonna buy a plane ticket eventually to take me there. But I also intend to book with movers who I've sought out and compared prices, and so I've seen hella expensive ones and like cheaper options, and I found my option.
So is it actually cost effective to move something like a bed out there?
Okay, so now, for instance, I have like $1,000
Budget?
no bunk bed that I know that is $1,000, and I'd rather ship that $1,000 bunk bed and everything else that I have for about $1,500 rather than go out there and buy another bunk bed comparable to the one that I just got rid of.
Right.
Yeah, because the bunk bed is for your kids, or
Yes, and it's a beautiful set. So the risk reward factor comes into place, and I'm like, okay, I would rather pay. I think it's going to come up to about $1,800 to $2,000 altogether to move everything. But the couch, the coffee table, the TV stand, and my drawers alone is well over $2,000 worth of furniture. So to me, in my mind, I already bought my furniture. I'm just getting it to.
So basically, guys, if you can hit that QR code or that link below, and we'll go right to the Fund Me page for shipping her shit out there.
No, you know what I need a fund me for? Okay, so I talked to a tattoo artist. It was one of those days on mushrooms, and I was like, oh my God, I flashed her, because she's like, show me your tattoo, and I'm pulling my dress up, and I'm like, I am high on mushrooms right now. But she said for $1,000, she could help me cover up my his name, old last name on my.
Oh, really?
Yeah, for $1,000. It's $500 per quadrant, she put it.
So now that you're getting rid of the bunk bed,
Are you gonna put my name on there? Are you gonna put my name on there?
Good God, I need to get
You
this
could put like
beautified.
JunkYard Rat, the junkyard.
Oh.
You gotta put JunkYard
yeah,
Rat.
can she just change the lettering on it a little?
Yeah.
Okay, so priorities. I'm
What's your
inspired to
husband's
change it.
name? What's this?
No, I'd rather not
No,
get
okay.
it.
Not doing it.
So,
Yeah, I'd rather not.
what are
stay.
you trying to put in there? Like, what are you? Like,
I just want to change it because, like, he covered up his tattoo that had my name on it, and I feel like it's more an egotistical thing to do before I move.
Yeah.
However, priority-wise, I could use $1,000 to help me move rather than,
Yeah.
Covering that up.
Yeah.
So silly thing is the way you just described it and the way you just did it makes it sound like it's nice and big.
Hey, can I ask?
It's huge. It's like
I know, because you just went like this.
It's awkward.
It's huge.
It's awkward because
it's
you could get intimate with somebody and they're like looking at your stomach.
Oh, I
like,
have.
I know a
It's
girl
his-
that got married and she put his last name above her coochie.
and then
That's love.
that went well.
What about
That no, it did not go well.
What about the people that
She
tattoo
got
the
divorced.
wedding
and
rings
so,
on
yeah,
there?
not cool.
What about the people who tattoo wedding rings on?
Oh man, hopefully it works for the next person. I'm just saying. I don't know. This divorce was hard. As much as people just don't like change. People
Sure.
don't like changing for good or for bad, and
Right.
that was hard. But this big ass tattoo that only cost me $250 because it was a friend who hooked it up at a salon. It was official. It was a place, $250, and to cover it up, it's $1,000.
Yeah, I mean, you've gone through a lot through the time that I've known you. I mean,
You want to lend me $1,000 that I could pay you over a year?
So what did they do? It's not like she was in a race
is
that
that
she
a
was going to
serious
cover it, right?
question?
No, she wasn't. She was like, I'll help you cover that up. And she was like, I'll help it look beautiful.
Actually, on Tuesday,
So
you
it's
should
covering it up.
you
yeah.
should like ask people to tips to get you the tattoo.
Shit.
You should just tell
I need
people.
to make a sign. Help me cover my tattoo. Every dollar counts.
I'm telling you,
I just
you know,
need
if
1,000 of those
if you
ones.
start talking to people who come in, somebody in there is a tattoo artist. You know? So somebody can hook
Yo,
you
Ashley
up.
has offered to cover up my tattoo, but Ashley's never done a tattoo on a person. So.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, I know. Look at us, these two goofs.
She has a tattoo.
Wait, so
gun.
why would she think she could cover it up? Is she an aspiring tattoo artist?
I think she's been practicing. She's an artist for one.
Right, but and some of that is usually some people just do a stencil or an outline,
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
they use the.
She
But-
tried to like tattoo.
You know what? We should start small, and I should ask her to give me a quick little heart tattoo that I would have done in high school. Like I used to always tattoo in my.
Oh, on the inside of your fingers,
yeah.
that you couldn't
Put
see
a
it.
teardrop in your face. Or something.
No, I was thinking about a heart on my middle finger. So when I flip you off, it's with love.
I just want something. I want something just kind of very subtle, like a tarantula, here,
in my ear.
You're like a rat.
like crawling up my face, like right
Yeah.
here.
Ashley, I want to get a heart right here. Okay.
As you
There you
flip
go.
off the camera, that
Yes.
was nice.
I don't know if I would let Ashley tattoo me though. I mean, I'm cool. I don't even got tattoos. That's the
You
other
have
thing.
no tattoo?
I have no tattoos, so I don't know if I want Ashley to be the one give me my first because it sounds painful as fuck.
People have asked me, they're like, "Oh, you don't have any tattoos? No
No.
piercings either.
No.
Really?
Yeah,
But the-
no
Oh,
tattoos,
sorry.
no piercings. Other than that, what is it? The King Albert thing
Yeah.
going through
Oh my God.
No.
I had like a third ball.
What is
put
that
in.
called? Isn't that called King Albert?
Prince Albert.
Prince Albert. There you fuck. I fuck up my own line here. And so, oh my gosh,
That just
it's
means
like
you're
when somebody
lying.
told me that, I'm like, really? Yeah, this means I'm lying.
I had my dick made smaller. It was too big.
Yeah,
It was
well,
too
and my
big.
old joke is, yeah,
I did
I
have
have
my
a
dick
tattoo.
I did have my dick go from like 20 inches to like 10.
Yeah, I tattooed a picture of a bigger dick on the side of my dick, and of course it was black. That was my joke.
Yeah.
That
But
was,
I
my,
always
that was
thought, like,
horrible. That
I
was
don't think all
horrible.
these inks
That
are
was
safe.
like 10 years ago, 12 years ago. It was.
That's
that
my
was
question.
Oh my God.
Is
I'm
it safe to
offensive.
have all these inks in your body? You know, like I always wondered if all these. I mean, I know that they've been doing tattoos for thousands of years, but they used to use certain like ink. Now they got all these different colors.
Oh, they have like glow in the dark stuff and neon that
Yeah.
is under UV light. Dude, I'm so hungry, and I know this is almost the end.
I
Can
know,
we
we're
pick our
at the end.
I'm sorry I didn't book you for my.
Oh, that's all right.
I'm
just
sorry I
mess-
didn't book
I'm
you.
messing with
Don't worry, I
you.
won't tell him until after the show that you booked me, though. So anyway,
I'm just
March
messing.
25th. He's kidding. He's
Yeah, I'm
kidding.
totally
But
kidding.
To be truthful with you, I don't know if I'm gonna show up because you didn't book me. Like,
Oh my
there's
God.
there's always that question, like,
But
you
look-
really want Chris to show up somewhere, you book him. You don't book him, I could get really high that day. Something could happen.
So, March 25th.
That's
on a
next Tuesday. Next Tuesday.
That's my going away. Say goodbye.
Oh yeah.
Yes, I'm gonna be working, but it'll be my final production of a comedy showcase. I know, right? You sound just like that crazy guy walking around. He was like,
way to go.
he was like, "Ah!" And then we looked at him, and he just made his face straight all of a sudden, and then he was like, okay,
Oh, that guy.
yeah, that guy. But I
You know what you
honestly-
should do, like your final day? You should quit again, like you did the last.
Oh my
one.
God.
You should.
I'm so lucky they didn't let me quit that day.
That's one of my. I love that story.
You love that story? I
don't
quit
know,
on the day
because
that I wasn't even working.
No, because you quit. Like you were in a group chat and then you suddenly quit in front of
I
everybody.
was like, you guys, Don't listen to me. I quit. That's what I said. Something like
Don't
that.
listen to
So
me.
it's going to be Tuesday, March
You
25th.
don't listen to my songs anymore.
Yes. Okay, so we don't do drugs together anymore. No, I'm just kidding. That's not the case. But there's a song that's out there. I think it's Chance the Rapper. Okay, March 25th. Doors open at 5 p.m. Comedy starts at 7 p.m. So from 5 to 7, regular karaoke. But comedy from 7 to 9. And then after 9, I opened it up on Bacon to have comedians come up and sign to do a skit to a song. But you just have to wait your turn like every karaoke goer.
Oh, yeah.
But comedy.
And so do you do it with music in the background?
Yeah. Yeah. And then that's basically the timeline because if they know what song they're going to do it to, they know how long the song is and they know. So it's a practice bit.
Oh, so I should pick Rapper's Delight that's like 17 minutes long or
Oh,
something.
dear goodness. You know what? Assholes like you. No, I'm just kidding. I'm joking. I'm joking. The assholes like you, I appreciate.
How long is Baby Shark?
Does it have to be in English? Can I do like a Spanish
Dude,
song?
Isla Bonita.
I have this hook. I have this hook to use to massage
I'll
the
do
back of my
Julio
neck.
Iglesias.
It's a perfect hook to pull you out, like be like, you're done.
Chris is gonna do it too. All the girls I've loved before. It's a very short. It's a very short song for him.
That was really Nelson. Too. That was really Nelson and
Julio Iglesias.
yeah.
my mom was a big Julio fan.
Who wasn't?
But she was upset because she saw him perform in San Francisco, and he didn't do the Spanish songs, and she was really upset with that. Julio's so big.
How big was he?
He's
No, I'm
got
just kidding.
songs in
God.
a million languages. That's how big Julio was. There's nobody like Julio now. But yeah, like he could do English. He's got French songs, and she wanted to hear the Spanish ones, and he was doing English, and she was upset with Julio. She was upset with Julio.
So that was your shout out to your mom. Hope your mom gets better soon.
I do have
I
a
hope
couple.
your mom feels better.
I hope my mom feels better. I hope she comes back from the hospital and stuff. She the thing is like yeah, she asked me to look for her library card so she could get like online books to listen to, because I don't know if you've been in the hospital, but it's hella boring
It is.
just sitting there. I do have a couple of
they get
shout-
all 6 Spanish channels though.
yeah. I do have a
Some
shout out.
static.
It was my dad's and my stepmom's 29th wedding anniversary last Saturday. And it was also my nephew's 17th birthday. I just want to say 29 years. That's crazy. Yeah, if your second marriage lasts longer than your first marriage, I think you made a good choice. You know?
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, it's definitely my choice.
I hope my mom comes home today. You know, I hope she's better. I don't know what's going on. I think they got her on steroids. I told her don't watch the news anymore. I think
She's gonna come back looking like Schwarzenegger.
I think she's freaking out over Trump. I'm like,
Aren't
I
we?
keep wondering why. I'm like, but you know, but it's like I keep telling her like, you know, I keep telling her to go visit her granddaughter in London. You know, my niece is in London in college. I'm like, you got to be the good grandma and go visit, because my niece only has one grandmother left, and I'm like, you got to be the good grandmother and go there. And I didn't want to tell her that she needed to go this year, because next year she's gonna have friends. She's not gonna want to see her.
Mhm.
So you gotta go. You gotta go this year when
Gonna
you're
have
when
friends.
you're alone. And
True.
it's
When
London.
Kids have friends. They're not interested in interacting
Yeah.
with the adults in the family.
It's like freezing out there. I don't think you're outside in the winter that much. So I told her, yeah, go there. But like, that's what I always do when my mom's depressed. I always try and send her on some trip.
Well, yeah, and if you do go to London this time of year, make sure to tell them you're from Canada.
Well, my mom's been all over Europe, but she refuses to go to England. But she won't tell me why, you know. So I don't know what it is about England that she doesn't like, you know. She's never been there. My mom's been in Germany, Austria. She's been in Paris.
Do you go with her? I mean,
Nah, I went years ago. My brother was in Rome. I went to Rome. But yeah, like go visit your granddaughter, you know, if you're depressed. Go on a trip. But she tries to guilt me. But she's like, I want to spend your inheritance. I'm like, go spend my inheritance, Mom.
No.
Go build some good memories with your granddaughter and stuff. And let me sit at home watching TV for a month or something. It's not gonna be a month, but it's like, yeah. But my mom refuses to travel alone. But she won't go. She doesn't like traveling alone. I don't know. I don't know.
But she doesn't bring you.
Well, no, no, not me, not me.
Not you.
All right, so
In fact, when I went to Rome, my mom made sure that I understood she wasn't the one that bought me the ticket.
Oh,
She
damn.
let me know it was my brother that bought that ticket.
No.
I don't know why. Because
Don't get used to this.
because they're old school. I think going to Europe is like it's not a privilege. It's like it is a privilege, but it's not something like it's a special privilege. They just don't hand it out. I don't know what the hell that was, but yeah. So Tuesday you got a party. What are you doing tonight at the Mint?
Oh, I'm KJing. I'm KJing as for St. Patrick's Day. And
Is there any green beer?
they advertised it, but I don't think there is. It was on the picture, but I really doubt there
It was
is.
on the picture.
I know that I didn't hear any chatter on the group chat, but then again, I am like almost I only have 2 shifts left, and I think they started a new group chat. Without
you?
me,
Already?
and
Oh.
I know, and it's okay. I get it, because it's
Are you
unnecessary
supposed
for
to
me
quit if you're not on the group? They're afraid you're gonna quit again.
Well, I'm just glad that I've been here for as long as I have. So tonight, KJing at the Mint.
Oh yeah, and Wednesday's your final KJ night?
No, I KJ'd last Wednesday. That was my last Wednesday.
Oh, so tonight's your final KJ.
This
night.
is my last Monday. Then the party next Tuesday.
Oh yeah,
2 more nights.
it's gonna be
KJing.
fun.
all right, any more shout outs before we go?
It's gonna be. You could always do this show in Texas. We'll put you on Zoom.
Hey.
We always put people on not Zoom, but we'll put you through Messenger. We put people on other places on stuff. So
I'd like that.
yeah, just don't beg us to send you mushrooms. They send me, but
I know.
Hey, you know what? I will send you stuff if you want. Under-
If I insist.
Yeah, I am willing to do that for you. As long as there's nobody at the post office taking pictures of me, but I will do it for you.
Jeez.
I will
Thank
do
you.
it for you.
That's the nicest thing you've said
Yeah, I will send
Chris.
you. I will send you stuff if you want.
ever. Like, wow.
Yeah.
It's so weird. This might be the last time in here.
I know,
Yeah.
you can come back next Monday if you want. I mean,
If she
Yes,
has time.
next
if
Monday.
you have time, but
Gosh, I have like all these
Yeah,
doctor's
you know.
appointments. They have to make sure that I'm okay in the head before I go.
oh really?
So definitely check out my partner in crime here, Joe Mama. My life is content on social media.
Yeah.
Check out what she's doing at the Mint, especially next week's show, Tuesday the 25th. Doors open at 5. Go get your drink on. Go hang out with us,
Yeah,
and all the way till 9.
and
or
if you got
Till
if you got
the-
Nine and after.
$1,000, is there any
It's so
tattoo
close.
people? Anybody that does tattoos for a living, hook us up. Joe Mama doesn't want to go back to Texas with her ex's last name on her
that'd be
stomach.
nice.
You should have put it like on your ass or something, somewhere you could hide it easier.
Or that at least when
On
you
your
take a picture,
stomach
go,
is
this
a-
is for you.
On your stomach is a weird place to get tat. I'm sorry, that was a.
I
bad
never
joke.
even had a good stomach to show off either.
All right, guys. For myself, the rat.
Thank you for being on, Joe Mama,
Thank
and
you.
thank your friend. I hope she didn't freak out on us. Like
No, we are kind of scared. We're overwhelming. That's what we
you do
are.
realize that I signed a letter here that if somebody gets sued, I get sued. So Paul wants
Sorry,
to
that's
make
not funny.
sure. Paul wants to make sure I'm the
Like, that's not
problem.
funny, but it's so true.
He made me sign like 4 pages. I don't even know what.
Yeah, they're all disclaimers
the
on it.
disclaimer
Yeah.
specifically for you and other people.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there you go. All right. We'll see you next week, guys.
Happy
Bye.
Green
Thank
Day.
you.
We'll see you on, what was it? Oh, yeah. Happy.
Happy St.
Patrick's
Patrick's Day.
Day.
There you go. We'll see you guys.